Yeah, okay. Let's continue the next modal analysis. Yeah, yeah. Until previous slide, we learned about the equation of the dynamics. So in here, in here we are going to handle some very similar static analysis, but however their result can representative of the dynamics motion. So yeah, modal analysis is for has a lot of benefit when you analyze dynamic behavior of the solid structure. It is because that modal analysis has include some intrinsic behavior of the solid structure depending on the frequency domain. So first is this modal analysis has some inherent vibration characteristics of the solid structure. So for example, so natural frequencies or some behavior of the shapes. Yeah, both are mathematically calculated in the same method. I think that in the engineering mathematics, yeah, you guys learned about already some eigen values and eigen vectors. So yeah, first eigenvalue can be say that the natural frequencies. Sorry. And then second vector, eigenvector, is represent the behavior of the shapes. So 조금 여기서 조금 한글말이 좀 필요할 것 같아서 한글말로 좀 조금 첨언하자면요. 여러분들 이미 공업수학 시간에 전산공업수학 시간에 아마 아이젠밸류, 아이젠벡터라는 걸 공부를 하셨을 것 같습니다. 이거는 뭐죠? 매트릭스가 구성이 되게 되면은 매트릭스가 값이 뭐 이렇게 존재하게 되면은 저희가 어떤 걸 구해오잖아요. 그쵸? 이 매트릭스 컴포넌트가 아무리 두플리케이션 돼 있거나 뭐 서로 익스체인지 돼 있더라고 할지라도 뭐 랭크가 변함이 없고 뭐 매트릭스 매니플레이션을 거친 다음에도 이 매트릭스의 특성은 변하지 않는다라는 것을 아마 공부를 하셨을 것 같습니다. 그런 걸 더 배울 때 이제 어떻게 보면은 이 매트릭스의 특성을 갖다가 도출하기 위해서 저희가 아마 아이젠 밸류 그 다음에 그거에 해당하는 아이젠 벡터를 이제 표현을 했을 텐데요. 이제 진동 시간에 이미 하셨을 거라고 느끼겠지만은 이제 내추럴 프리퀀시라고 하는 것은 저희가 물체의 가진을 거했을 때 그 내추럴 프리퀀시에 맞는 가진을 가하게 되면은 레저넌스가 발생을 하게 됩니다. 서로 이제 공명 주파수 이제 똑같은 웨이브가 중첩이 되면서 이제 더 크게 크게 증가하는 것을 갖다 저희가 생각을 할 수 있을 것 같은데요. 그때 이제 주파수 대응을 얘기를 해주는 게 이제 저희가 이제 공명 주파수 혹은 내추럴 프리퀀시라고 표현을 하고 있고 수학적인 의미는 first eigenvalue라고 표현을 하고 있습니다. 그때 어떤 식으로 공명의 모양을 띠고 있을지를 갖다가 설명을 해주고 있는 게 바로 아이젠 벡터라고 보시면 되겠습니다. 저희가 유한요소 관점에서 조금 더 미리 얘기를 하자면은 저희가 이 쉐입이라는 건 뭐죠? 각 노드 점이 움직였을 디스플레이스먼트들의 집합이다라고 보시면 되겠습니다. 저희가 아마 이제 U라는 변이가 있을 텐데요. 저희 뭐 아이젠밸류, 아이젠벡터 구하시게 되면은 뭐 해당하는 아이젠벡터 같은 거 뭐 많이 공부하셨겠죠? 뭐 100, 010, 뭐 001 나왔을 텐데 이때 1이라는 건 뭐죠? 첫 번째 점이 변이가 1로 뭐 너무 작게 그렸네요. 첫 번째 점은 변이가 1만큼 움직이는 거고 나머지 점들은 움직이지 않는 그런 케이스들을 얘기를 하고 있습니다. 그런 뭐 움직임을 말을 해주는 거다라고 생각을 해주시면 되겠습니다. 그래서 아마 3x3 매트릭스에서 아이젠밸류랑 아이젠벡터를 구하시게 되면은 총 3개의 아이젠밸류랑 3개의 벡터가 나오는 것을 이미 여러분들도 알고 있을 거라고 생각을 하고 있고요. 그게 이제 시스템 다이나믹스 쪽에서 뭐 특별한 의미를 갖고 있고 저희 지금 유한요소에서 한번 그걸 어떻게 다루고 있는지에 대해서 한번 좀 보는 것을 집중을 해주셨으면 좋겠습니다. Let's back into the lecture in English again, so that so in the structural dynamics, natural frequency representative some the response frequencies of the solid structure depending on the masses or stiffness or damping coefficient. So when you applied some external forces which has a same frequencies values compared to the natural frequencies, so at that time, yeah, solid structure shows some resonance behavior. So that shapes can be said that the normal mode or normal shapes. So in the mathematically, eigenvalues are equal to the natural frequencies, eigenvectors are equal to the normal modes. So, and here let's begin to the pre-vibration cases. So we don't have any external forces, and then we can ignore the damping coefficient equations. So at that time, yeah, we assume that harmonically oscillated displacement solution. Yeah, why we select this solution? It is because this ordinary difference equation can have only this form. Yeah, sometimes, yeah, this can be solution of this equation. However, this is a non-trivial solution. We don't need those kind of solution. It is because that, yeah, this is obvious, but we need some displacement behavior. So that, yeah, so we should select different types of solution, so that among the various types of solution. But so yeah, this harmonic oscillation, the sine wave equation can be a strong candidate of this solution of these equations. So, and then to solve this equation, we need the derivative form. So so in here, so u is a vector of the some magnitude of the nodal displacement, so that we are going to obtain this frequencies omega. And so that after inserted this equation, we can easily summarize those kind of equation. Maybe although we have those sign terms, so this cannot become to equal to 0, so that so yeah, to become the 0, this equation, yeah, these two terms must become to 0. However, we already say that this is this cannot become those vector. It is because that this is a non-trivial. This is a non-trivial solution, so that we need those kind of solution. So yeah, when you compare this solution compared to the single degree of freedom system, yeah, this is a eigenvalue problem. So yeah, ax equal to lambda x, so that, and here, so a lambda equal to x equal to 0. So x is a vector, and a and lambda is a matrices. Sometimes we use identity matrices, this part. So sorry. So finally, to obtain the exact solution, yeah, we guys can, yeah, this part must become equal to 0, or so yeah, if you this part is a matrices, yeah, if they have a inverse matrices, yeah, how can we become this part? Yeah, we can multiply the inverse matrices both sides, and then finally we obtain those kind of situation. Anyway, this becomes 0, so that, yeah, we don't need those kind of non-trivial solution. So that means that, yeah, this part cannot take inversion. So that means that, yeah, determinant of this matrices is equal to 0, means that they don't have any inversions. So yeah, in here, so yeah, this is a eigenvalue and eigenvector problem. So how can you calculate this part? So do you remember? So maybe there are some values in here, k11 minus omega 1, and then k12, and then k21 and k22 minus omega. sorry. 아이패드를 사야 되는데. Yeah, so that can become those kind of equation with the first mm and 2 but we can have m2 m22 those kind of equation. So that after the determination, so you guys can obtain the some first order equations. So 아이패드를 사야 되는데, yeah, those kind of with some coefficient, so that in here, so you guys can obtain the some solution. But yeah, this matrix has a 2 degree of freedom, so I think that we obtain the first and second solution. Yeah, those kind of way we can easily obtain the eigenvalues. Yeah, we can easily obtain the eigenvalue of omega I. So this representative represent the natural frequencies. So that, yeah, we can say that in this frequency by external forces, so that this solid structure will show some resonance or high large deformation. So depending on the values of the frequencies, we can say that these eigenvalues are the fundamental frequencies. So this is some very simple listics. Each frequencies values, so that represents that shows a first normal mode solution. So yeah, you guys already know that each eigenvalue has each eigenvector. So that, yeah, after obtain the solution, yeah, so in the previous here, so that we have this is not correct. So that we have two different eigenvalues, and then after inserted this value to here, so to match this solution, this part does not have any inversion matrices. So that, to match this value, we should find some vector. So that first eigenvalue can return the first eigenvector. So that second eigenvalue also return the second eigenvector. Yeah, this vector is we call it mode of the solid structure. This mode has some characteristics. First properties of the they satisfy those kind of relationship. So yeah, if we have two different eigenmodes, actually eigenvector, so at that time when you multiply with the Stiffness matrices, they become equal to 0. And also you multiplied this mode shapes, different mode shape, to the mass matrix. Yeah, these mass matrix can become lumped matrices or constant mass matrices. So at that time, they become to 0. So we normally say that those kind of thing, the orthogonal characteristics or orthogonality. Yeah, orthogonality is very important characteristics. So yeah, you guys have some two different modes in here. So these two modes are orthogonal each other. That means that this first mode cannot affected on the second mode. Also, second mode cannot affect on the first mode. So that means that these two displacement vector represent independent displacement of the solid structure. So maybe in the wave analysis in the network device, when you develop network devices, this orthogonality is very important characteristics. So yeah, however, if we multiply the same same vector. So at the cases, in here we multiply the same vector. They cannot become 0 anymore. So that here, so they can return some unity values, or in here there are some important characteristics is they return some frequency or those square values, so that they can return some those kind of values in here. So note in here, magnitude of the displacement or stresses in normal mode analysis have no physical meaning. That's very important here. Why this mode does not have any physical meanings? Let's back to our engineering mathematics. To obtain the eigenvector. So how can you obtain this value? So that there are many hundred or thousands of the vector set to match this eigen matrix's equation. So equal to 0. So 100. So in the lambda or omega 1, there are many vector set to match this equation. That means that we can select. There are many arbitrary vector set, but they have same directions or principal direction. I think that they have some different magnitude with the same direction. I'm not sure that how can we say that these directions, but in here that means that our vector, let's back into the FEM. So U is represent displacement of the nodal displacement. However, in here this U1 and U2 and U3 shows a displacement of the nodes point. But when you say that this equal, that means that although in this eigenvector we can only extract some direction, but magnitude of the displacement is arbitrary value. There are no physical meaning in this vector in mathematically. So normally we selected some unit vector. In the MATLAB or your engineering problem, mathematics problem, so we always selected our eigenvector magnitude always equal to 1. So it is because in the eigenvector there are no means in here, meaning in here. So that so this magnitude actually does not equal to 1. So but this vector magnitude always equal to 1. So that means that we cannot say that exact magnitude of the displacement. We can only obtain the relative displacement, those kind of deformation. This is the initial node and then deformed element. So that at the cases at the time we can only check the relative displacement. The magnitude of the displacement can be determined by our external forces. So 좀 여기서 다시 좀 설명드리자면요. 아이젠벡터는 사실 크기가 1이기만 하고 수학적으로는 그 크기에는 아무런 의미가 없습니다. 뭐 여러분들이 1이 아닌 벡터로 아이젠벡터를 잡으셔도 상관없습니다. 왜냐면은 수학적으로 여기에 u를 넣었을 때 곱하신 다음에 0만 되면 되기 때문에 크기는 중요하지 않습니다. 하지만은 뭐 아마 매트렉 같은 코드에서는 아마 유닛 벡터로 갖다 치환해 가지고 보통 리턴을 시켜주고 있긴 하거든요. 즉 아이젠벡터에는 크기는 의미가 없고 방향만이 의미가 들어가 있습니다. 근데 저희가 이거를 이제 아이젠 모드를 아직 안 구해보긴 했지만은 이제 구하시게 되면 다음과 같은 변이를 갖다가 이렇게 아이젠 벡터로 표현이 될 텐데요. 이때 저희는 이 변이의 크기가 중요합니다. 저희가 디포메이션 얼마나 했는지 스트레인이 얼마나 나왔는지 되게 중요한 건데 그 크기가 중요하지 않다라고 얘기를 합니다. 그러다 보니까 사실 뭐 어쩔 수 없이 얘네들이 상대적으로 어떤 모양으로만 움직일지만을 캐치해낼 수가 있고요. 사실 얘네들이 어느 정도의 크기로 움직일지는 사실 저희가 가진을 얼마나, 나중에 외력을 얼마나 줄지, 바운더리 로드를 얼마나 줄지에 따라서 결정되는 거기 때문에 사실 지금은 저희가 딱히 얘기를 할 수가 없는 상황이 되겠습니다. So this is for normal mode analysis. Yeah, only actually, yeah, no support of the solid structure is necessary. That means that, yeah, for the structural analysis, yeah, we don't need it actually. But however, it contains a lot of things. First is a natural frequency. Yeah, so then in this, when you check when you're going to apply some harmonic oscillation forces in the solid structure, they will show the large vibration mode or resonances. So in here, so that, yeah, frequency equal to 0 means that there are some rigid body motion of the solid structure. However, in the solid structure, we always calculate stress. Stress means that they have a solid structure will deform, include the strain. So yeah, we don't need to consider the rigid body motion. However, in the dynamical analysis, for example, arms of the robot, yeah, at that those kind of components, yeah, there are no big deal when we solid deformation. At that time, we consider the many solid structure as rigid body solid structure. However, yeah, maybe in the solid mechanics, we always consider the solid deformation, so that at the time we don't, yeah, maybe we have some special values of in the Eigen values. So, and then lower mode, yeah, lower mode means that which has a lower frequencies value in the Eigen vector are more accurate than higher mode. So in the FEM calculation, so due to the less special variation in the low mode, leading to the fewer element and wave lengths are needed. So yeah, what is the meaning of this? Yeah, this is very important. Yeah, low mode means that in the low frequency domain there are some fixed values, and then in the high frequency value there are also can have some those kind of frequencies. So that, however, yeah, let's consider the some solid deformation due to the resonance frequency or harmonic oscillation pulses. So at that time, yeah, we can only apply the low frequency pulses. It is because that we don't have too large energy. So to apply the high frequencies pulses, yeah, we need very high energies. So all solid structure shows their characteristics in the low frequency domains, so that those kind of high frequencies behavior, yeah, cannot catch in the solid deformation actually. So that at that time, yeah, we can negligible, yeah, this high frequency domains. So that means that we can catch only low frequency domain behavior. Yeah, this is some clue can reduce the of the system. So it is because that, yeah, in here I check the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 5 eigenvector or eigenvalues. That means that they have 5 degree of freedom system. Maybe in here they have a 5 degree of freedom system. So that maybe this matrix can become 5 matrices. So however, yeah, these 3 value, eigenvalue or eigenvector can be negligible. That means that, yeah, I need only 2 dynamic behavior. So means that, yeah, the other 3 eigenvector, yeah, means, yeah, when we consider the only 2 degree of freedom system, yeah, here 2 by 2, yeah, they can also show the same behavior, but this part is equal to 0. Yeah, so these 2 system, yeah, first, this is the second system, shows the same behavior. Yeah, in here I can reduce the system. 예, 조금 여기도 중요해서 조금 얘기를 덧붙이자면요, 저희가 뭐 어떻게 시스템을 구성하느냐에 따라서 뭐 5x5짜리 뭐 5 degree of freedom 5자유도짜리 물체를 갖다가 구했다고 치겠습니다. 거기서 이제 아이젠 밸류랑 아이젠 벡터가 총 5개가 나오는데요, 이제 보통 저희가 고체가 하이 프리퀀시 초음파 영역에서의 디포메이션 솔직히 중요하지가 않습니다. 그런 거는 사실 고려를 할 필요가 없기 때문에 생략을 할 수도 있겠죠. 물론 이제 그런 정말 미세한 부품인 경우에는 고려를 해야겠지만은 우리가 쓰고 있는 엔지니어링 플랜트 같은 시스템 쪽에서 엄청나게 큰 매스를 갖고 있기 때문에 사실 이런 하이 프리퀀시 영역에서의 그런 고초음파들이 그런 플랜트 스트럭처에 영향을 준다라고 얘기를 할 수가 없습니다. 그렇기 때문에 아주 작은 도메인 퉁퉁퉁퉁 때리는 이런 가진 정도의 영역에 프리퀀시들이 중요합니다. 그래서 로우 프리퀀시, 로우 모드라고 표현을 하고 있고요. 그런 로우 프리퀀시 모드를 중요한데요. 그렇다면은 여기서 한 가지 중요한 게 나오는데요. 뭐가 나오냐면은 저희가 만약에 똑같은 프리퀀시에서 똑같은 노멀 모드를 갖고 있는 시스템을 구성하고 뒤에 이 하이 프리퀀시에서는 아이젠 밸류랑 아이젠 벡터가 없는 시스템을 어떻게 해서든 구성을 했습니다. 제가 구성을 했다고 치겠습니다. 그렇게 하게 됐을 때 시스템을 갖다가 두 개의 아이젠 벡터랑 아이젠 밸류만 존재하기 때문에 이렇게 2x2짜리를 줄일 수 있겠죠. 시스템이 줄었죠. 근데 뭐죠? 이 두 개의 시스템은 제가 하이 프리퀀시를 무시하자고 했을 때 똑같은 비헤이비어를 주고, 그러니까 디포메이션을 주고 있죠. 비헤이비어를. 그렇기 때문에 시스템을 축소할 수 있는 거에 대한 단서를 제공하고 있습니다. 즉, 이 모드 어널리시스를 하는 첫 번째 이유는 바로 이 모드를 어널리시스를 통해서 저희가 이제 K 매트릭스를 계속 앞에서 구현을 했잖아요. 어떻게 됐죠? 노달 포인트 하나당 자유도가 뭐 1차는 1차, 2차는 2개, 3차는 안 하긴 했지만 3개가 되겠죠. 그래서 곱하기 3까지 되는데 넘버 오브 노드에다가 디그리 오브 프리덤을 곱하게 되면 전체의 자유도가 나오겠습니다. 그만큼 저희가 K 매트릭스를 구성을 해야 됐었죠. n by n의 매트릭스를 구성을 했었어야 되는데 이 모드 어널리시스를 한 다음에 바로 총 n개의 아이젠 벡터랑 아이젠 밸류가 나올 겁니다. 근데 그때 특정한 하이 프리퀀시에 해당하는 하이어 모드, 고차원 모드 같은 경우에는 저희가 무시를 하고 바로 이 저차원 모드만 가지고 시스템을 다시 구성을 합니다. 물론 이제 어떻게 구성을 하냐라고 할 수도 있는데 그냥 그 모드만 가지고 와서 다시 수학적으로 원래식으로 돌려주기만 해도 질량이 들어간 거랑 뭐 K 스티프니스 매트릭스가 들어간 것들이 상당히 많이 매트릭스 사이즈가 줄어들 수가 있습니다. 그런 식으로 줄어든 사이즈를 통해서 이제 그건 뭐죠? 저희가 뭐 인버션 할 때도 2x2 하는 것보다 5x5 하는 것보다 2x2 하는 게 더 쉽죠. 계산도 빨라지겠고 그런 식으로 계산 속도를 갖다가 인크리즈가 할 수가 있게 되겠습니다. 그래서 이제 이런 동적 어널리시스를 할 때는 먼저 모드 어널리시스를 하신 다음에 거기서 내가 몇 차까지 모드만을 고려를 해서 그 다음 동적 해석을 할 때 시스템을 줄인 다음에 하시게 되면은 계산에서 이득을 얻을 수가 있습니다. 그렇기 때문에 여기서 피지컬리 미닝이 없어도 저희가 수학적으로 계산을 하는데 시스템을 축소하는데 이득이 있어서 이런 모드 어널리시스 먼저 하고 있습니다. 아이젠 밸류 프로블럼 자체는 아마 선형대에서 워낙 유명한 문제여서요. 좋은 컴퓨터 솔버들이 많이 개발이 되어 있어서 엄청 빠르게 계산이 됩니다. 그래서 그런 것들을 계산을 하시고 난 다음에 동적 어널리시스를 하시게 되면은 물론 정적도 빨라지겠죠. K가 줄어들었을 테니까. 그래서 그런 이득이 있기 때문에 하고 있고요. 대신 단점은 뭐죠? 얼만큼의 고차 모드를 에서부터 무시할 거냐는 바로 엔지니어링 마인드가 필요하겠죠. 그래서 실질적으로 에러를 발생을 할 수밖에 없죠. 고차 모드를 이제 생략을 하게 되면 그 에러를 충분히 우리가 리즈너블한 수준으로까지 상대 에러를 가질 경우까지 하겠다라고 하는 게 바로 이런 유한 요소 같은 거 하실 때 축소법이라고 하거든요. 축소법 하시는 분들이 있습니다. 저도 요새 좀 관심이 있는 분야가 프로퍼 오소고널 디컴포지션이라고 하는데요. 그래서 뭐 수학적으로 더 많이 있긴 한데 아이젠 벡터끼리 서로 오소고널하다라고 하잖아요. 그러다 보면 서로 직교한다. 벡터의 직교입니다. 서로 간섭이 없습니다. 그렇기 때문에 추가가 되건 생략을 하더라도 어떠한 벡터에 서로 간의 간섭이 없습니다. 만약에 어떤 벡터가 있냐 없느냐에 따라 시스템에 영향을 받을 수 있게 되면 서로 커플드 되어 있다고 표현하는데 서로 디커플 되어 있다라는 거에 엄청난 큰 장점이 있습니다. 그래서 이런 식으로 디커플이라는 것도 좀 기억을 해주셨으면 좋겠습니다. 벡터랑 벡터끼리 서로 커플링이 되어 있지 않다라는 것도 좀 기억을 해주셨으면 좋겠고, 그 다음에 모드 어널리시스를 통해서 적당한 모드 개수를 셀렉션을 해가지고 고려를 하게 되면 우리가 시스템의 차원도 줄일 수가 있다라는 장점이 있어서 이런 좀 귀찮더라도 이런 모드 어널리시스를 다이나믹스에서 쪽에서 하고 있다까지 기억을 해주시면 좋을 것 같습니다. Yeah, next some example. Yeah, let's consider the pre-vibration of the cantilever beam. Yeah, with the one element, so that this beam elements are fixed on the wall, so that they have a density and cross-section area and Young's modulus and inertial moment. So that this beam has a 4 degree of freedom. Yeah, 2 is for the displacement in the y direction, and the others is for the rotation angles of the each nodal element. So, and then in here, so that we can have those kinds of equations, so that due to the boundary fixed boundary condition, we have only 2 vectors in here, so that although we don't know that exact k-stiffness matrix and mass matrices, I think that k this is familiar with. It is because we have a 4x4 matrices, and then after the cancelling in the 2 column and 2 rows, and the masses, I think that in this lecture note I already attached this mass matrices of the beam structure, so that this the k matrices in here after the inserting in this value in here, so that we obtain those kind of some frequency determinant matrices in here, so that lambda can be said that looks like this. Yeah, how can we calculate it? Yeah, AD minus BCs, so that maybe we can obtain the second order polynomial equation A, B, C equal to 0, so that you guys can easily obtain those kind of thing. B제곱 EA plus B root, those kind of things. So after obtain the 2 values, first values are looks like this, and the second eigenvalues looks like this. So that after the obtaining the eigenvector, so you guys can insert it in here. So, and then we have a displacement in second nodal point and rotation angles. Yeah, so so after the insertion the eigenvalue, you guys can obtain those kind of vector among the various vector sets. So that similarly after the insertion the second eigenvalue, you guys can obtain the second eigenvectors. It looks like this. So exact solution of the first 2 natural frequencies for this problem, much similar. So why this shows those kind of slightly difference? It is because that we use a very large size of the element, so that if you want to more proper value, so that you can use a high number of the element. So for example, any in here, so in here, how much? First 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 more. We obtained the 28 degree of freedom. So at that cases, we obtain also from to the 28 degree of eigenvalues. At that time, in among them, so first and second eigenvalues shows a very similar values compared to the analytical solution. So next is a modal equation. So using the modal mode, after the calculating the eigenvalue, eigenvector, so that you can transform the coupled system of the dynamic equation to uncoupled system of the equation or mode equation. What is the meaning of this? In the this is our mode analysis equation. So that after the calculating this natural eigenvalue and eigenvector, but this eigenvector has those characteristics. What is the meaning of this? This is a orthogonality of the eigenvector. So this is a mathematically derived, and then if they have same eigenvector multiplication with mass matrices or steepness matrices. At the came this mass matrices become 1, and K steepness matrix return their eigenvalue square. So in here, so yeah, we after the calculating the mode analysis, we have n set of the eigenvector set. Yeah. In the previous slide, we have only 2 de Groof system. We have only 2 eigenvectors in here. So yeah, but similarly in the previous slide, yeah. So first mode, yeah, second multiplication, we can changing. Looks like this with the transpose. So at that time, so yeah, each component, yeah, first component return the first eigen frequencies square, and second 2 by 2 element shows those kind of second eigen frequency, and n by n element return their nth eigen frequencies values in here, so that yeah, we can obtain those kind of equation. And then similarly, mass matrices can return those kind of zero values, same different value, different same vector return to 1. So that means that their element returned 1 1 1 1, 0, remaining all 0. So that this is identity matrices. So that based on these characteristics, hold these matrices to the next slide. So and also transformation of the displacement vector. Our displacement vector is u, and then however these values can be representative, looks like this, and then u1, u1, u2, and un is an eigenvector, and then z1, z2, zn is in here unknown coefficient yet. So that however we can choose those kind of matrix form in here. So and then let's record our basic equation. So first, what was our basic equation? It looks here. So that cu dot and ku equal to f. This is our dynamics basics equations. So but we say that we can represent our displacement using the combination of the eigenvector or eigenvalue. So using this like this. So that and here, so that you guys can adding this here. So eigenvector is an independent variable as a function of the time. So you guys can easily obtain the pi, and but g is a unknown coefficient, but it's the function of the time. So you need those kind of things in here. So this is a different types, different dynamics equation using the mode set of the mode. And then next, after multiplying the transpose or inversion in front of this here, so that in the previous slide, what was this? That can become identity matrices. And then what was this? We say that omega square matrices, but we don't. We can negligible in here. Damping coefficient equal to 0, and then we can also negligible external forces. However, P is equal to they have those kind of relationship yet in here, so that they become identity matrices, and then become this omega matrices is those matrix remaining things are equal to 0, so that we can obtain those kind of equation. So why we need those equation? It is because that in here, so that let's neglect the damping coefficient in here. So you guys don't know need to those equation, but in here. So in the previous slide we have those equation. So in similarly, yeah, what is the z? Yeah, z is a set of the blah blah zn depending on your system. So in here, that one dot dot, two dot dot, zn dot dot, and then and with omega and what is the z? So yeah, there are many p1, p2, pn, t in here. So that let's record the omega. Omega is only has a diagonal component in here. Yeah, although this equation has a matrix form, but each equation, let's consider the first column of the equation and then second column equation and last column equation. Yeah, each equations are independent. Yeah, in the previous equation, yeah, our stiffness equation or dynamics equation always coupled each other. In the mathematics, yeah, let's record the consistent mathematics, not lumped mathematics. Yeah, in the off diagonal term, they always has some value. That means that and first u1 and u2 are coupled in each other in the first equation, and also second column and u1 u2 are coupled each other. However, in here we have independent equations. I means that, yeah, in here, yeah, these are the independent equation. Yeah, based on here, we already know that these values and these values, and then this is a boundary condition of the external forces. Yeah, but slightly converted due to some Eigen modes. So that, however, yeah, what is the unknown variable? Yeah, gi is a unknown. That means that we want to solve this gi in here. So that, yeah, what is the, yeah, this is a ordinary difference equation. You guys can easily obtain the solution this ODE equation without considering second or nth equation. So, yeah, 뭐가 중요할까요? 저희가 지금 리니어 알지브라 이퀘이션을 왜 풀죠? 서로 간에 변수들이 서로 연결이 돼 있죠. 즉 u1을 구한다고 해서 u2를 모르고서 u1을 구할 수가 없죠. 서로 선형 연립 방정식은 서로 연동이 되어 있죠. 근데 지금 뭐하죠? 모드 어널리시스에서 구했던 모드를 갖다가 잘 좀 매니플레이션을 해주고 나서 보니까 시스템이 독립적인 선형 방정식, 연립이 아닌 그냥 선형 방정식으로 바뀌어 버렸죠. 그렇기 때문에 예, 매트릭스를 계산하는 건 어려웠지만은 연립 그냥 선형 방정식을 미분 방정식이긴 하지만 미분 방정식 푸는 것 자체는 그렇게 크게 어려운 건 아닙니다. 여러분들도 이미 손으로 충분히 할 수 있고, 물론 n개를 풀어야 되는 건 똑같긴 한데 그래도 서로 커플링이 되어 있지 않죠. 즉 한 번에 풀어야 되지 않고 따로따로 풀어도 되죠. 첫 번째씩 따로, 두 번째씩 따로, Z1, Z2, Zn을 각각 따로따로 풀어도 됩니다. 즉 첫 번째 움직임의 변화를 내가 뭐 바로 알 수 있다는 걸, 시간에 따라서. 이런 이제 수학적인 기법을 통해 가지고 서로 디커플링 되어 있으니까 뭐죠? 예, 병렬화 컴퓨터 같은 게 있다면요, 첫 번째 식은 저런 컴퓨터 쟤한테, 두 번째 식은 두 번째 컴퓨터한테, 세 번째 식은 세 번째 컴퓨터한테 풀게 시키면은 솔루션을 나중에 추한만 하면 되죠. 하지만 기존에 저희 스테이프니스 매트릭스 같은 경우에는 한 번에 풀어줬었어야 되죠. 그 연립방정식을, 선형 연립방, 리니어 알지브라 이퀘이션 한 번에 풀어줬었어야 되기 때문에, 예, 어떻게 솔루션 한 번에 얻던지 아니면 다 얻지 못하던지였는데, 지금 같은 경우에는 각각 풀어줘도 됩니다. 즉 뭐의 장점이 있을까요? 디그리 오브 프리덤이 증가하면은 연립방정식의 숫자가 커질 뿐이지, 개수가 많아질 뿐이지, 이걸 푸는 데 있어서 패러렐하게 풀어버리면 솔루션을 빠르게 얻어낼 수가 있는 거죠. 즉, 예, 바로 속도에서, 계산 속도에서 이득을 얻어올 수도 있답니다. 그리고 또 추가적으로 아까도 얘기했지만 차원을 축소도 시킬 수 있다고 했었죠. 그렇기 때문에 저희가 원하는 다이나믹스 솔루션을 갖다가 빠르게 얻을 수 있는 장점이 있기 때문에 저희가 이런 모드 어나리시스를 하고 있다 라고 기억을 해주셨으면 좋겠습니다. Yeah, this is a summary of the mode analysis. So that, yeah, only the first few modes may be needed in the constructing the model matrices pi. So thus the significant reduction of the size of can be achieved. This is a model reduction technique using the mode. So that, and also second is modal equation are best suited for the structural vibration problem where the higher modes are not important. So that, yeah, it is because that in the solid structural analysis, higher mode always generally can be negligible. So that means that we can considering only low frequency mode, low mode, so that we can reconstruct our system. So, and then after the reorganizing the decomposing the mode based displacement, so that we guys can obtain some uncoupled ordinary difference equations. So that means that they can be we can obtain the uncoupled system, so we can decrease the simulation time. So this is the end of the second topic of the mode analysis.